Welcome back to Grammar Grade 12. This is Unit 6, Lesson 43, and today we untangle one of the quietest traps in the whole language, agreement with linking verbs. Here's the whole lesson in a single sentence. A linking verb agrees with its subject and never with the noun that comes after it. That sounds easy, and it usually is, until the subject is singular and the noun after the verb is plural, or the other way around. Then your ear pulls one way and the grammar pulls the other. By the end of this lesson, you'll always know which one wins. Let's dig in. Let's begin with the setup, because this whole lesson turns on two players. A linking verb doesn't show action, it links the subject to a word that renames or describes it. Take this sentence. The winner was a newcomer. The winner is our subject. Was is the linking verb, a form of be. And a newcomer renames the winner. It points right back to the same person. That renaming noun has a name of its own. We call it the predicate nominative. Keep those two players in mind, the subject up front and the predicate nominative on the far side of the verb, because the entire lesson comes down to which one the verb obeys. Now the rule at the heart of the lesson, and it's beautifully simple. A linking verb agrees with its subject, never with the predicate nominative that follows it. So the move is always the same. Find the subject, decide whether it's singular or plural, and match the verb to that. Whatever noun sits on the other side of the verb, the predicate nominative, has no vote at all. Its number simply does not count. Say it with me. The verb obeys the subject, and only the subject. Here's the trap this whole lesson exists to diffuse. Read this with me. The best part was the long hikes. The subject is the best part, one part, singular. The linking verb is was, and the predicate nominative is the long hikes, clearly plural. Now, your ear wants to hear were, doesn't it? Because hikes is sitting right there next to the verb. But the verb doesn't answer to hikes. It answers to part, the subject, and part is singular, so the verb stays was. Watch the arrow. It only ever runs one way, from the subject to the verb. Now let's flip the very same idea and watch the verb flip with it. Here's the new version. The long hikes were the best part. This time, the long hikes has taken over as the subject, and it's plural. The linking verb is were, and the best part has slid to the far side as the predicate nominative. And notice, it's singular now, yet it still gets no say. Why were and not was? Because the arrow runs from the subject, hikes, to the verb, and a plural subject demands a plural verb. Same two nouns as before, their roles reversed, and the verb loyally follows the real subject. So how do you keep from ever falling for that trap again? Use a simple three-step habit. Step 1. Cover up the predicate nominative, the noun after the verb, just for a moment so it can't fool your ear. Step 2. Ask what the sentence is really about. That's your subject, and it almost always sits before the linking verb. Step 3. Decide whether that subject is singular or plural, and match the verb to it. Here's the shortcut that makes it automatic. The noun before the linking verb is your subject, so match the verb to that, and let the rest of the sentence say whatever it likes. Let's practice. In this first set, I'll give you a sentence with the linking verb missing and two choices. Find the real subject, ignore the predicate nominative, and pick the verb that agrees. Pause the video and choose before I reveal each answer. The main attraction was, or were, the fireworks over the bay. The plural fireworks tempts you toward were, but the subject is the main attraction, singular, one attraction. So the verb agrees with attraction, it's was. The fireworks is just the predicate nominative, and it gets no vote. Those old letters is or are her most prized possession? Here, the singular possession sits after the verb and tempts you toward is. But the subject is those old letters, plural, so the verb must be are. The single possession on the right is the predicate nominative, and it simply doesn't count. The first sign of spring is or are the crocuses in the yard. Careful, there are two nouns that could fool you, spring and crocuses, both hovering near the verb. But the true subject is the first sign, one sign, singular. So the verb is. Both spring and crocuses are just along for the ride. In this second set, the job shifts a little. I'll show you a sentence and you'll pinpoint the true subject, the noun the verb must obey, or judge whether the verb is already correct. Pause and decide before I explain. In this sentence, the highlight of the trip was the museums. Which word is the true subject the verb must obey? It isn't trip. That's tucked inside the phrase of the trip. And it isn't museums. That's the predicate nominative after the verb. The subject is the highlight, singular, which is exactly why the verb is the singular was. 3 weeks was or were the length of the whole tour. The singular length after the verb tempts you toward was. But look at the subject, 3 weeks. That's plural. So the verb agrees with weeks and becomes were. Length is only the predicate nominative, so it doesn't get a vote. Last one. Judge this sentence. The best part of the fair are the rides. Is that verb right? The writer heard the plural rides and reached for are. But the subject is the best part, singular, and part demands is. So the verb is wrong. It should read, the best part is the rides. The rides is just the predicate nominative. Let's pull the lesson together. First, the one rule that governs everything. A linking verb agrees with its subject and never with the predicate nominative on the other side. Second, the trap to watch for. When the subject and the predicate nominative differ in number, the verb still follows the subject. The best part was the long hikes, because part is singular. But flip it, and the long hikes were the best part, because hikes is plural. Same nouns, and the verb simply obeys whichever one is the subject. And third, the habit that keeps you safe. Find the subject first, almost always the noun before the linking verb, and match the verb to it, no matter what follows. Next time, in Lesson 44, we take on a sneakier version of this same skill. Agreement when the subject comes after the verb. I'll see you there.